Did you know that a high-end electric bike is stolen every few minutes in major urban hubs, often because the owner used a lock designed for a $100 cruiser instead of a $3,000 investment? When you're riding an e-bike, you aren't just carrying a frame and wheels. You're carrying an expensive motor and a high-capacity battery that thieves find absolutely irresistible. Choosing the right lock isn't just about locking up. It's about creating a physical and psychological barrier that makes a thief look at your bike and decide it's simply not worth the effort. In this guide, we're breaking down the top 8 security solutions to keep your ride safe. All the links are in the description below, so you can grab the right protection today. What's the sketchiest place you've ever had to lock your bike? Let me know in the comments. 8. DocksLocks Weatherproof Straight Security Cable Lock. Starting our list at number 8 is the DocksLocks Weatherproof Straight Security Cable Lock, a specialized tool that fills a very specific niche in the e-bike world. While many locks struggle with tight spaces, this one features a straight male end that matches the 10mm diameter of the cable itself. This means it can slide through narrow spokes or frame gaps where a traditional looped cable would get stuck. It's built from marine-grade braided steel and wrapped in a thick vinyl coating to prevent scratches. This is a deterrent lock, meaning it's perfect for low-risk areas or for securing accessories like your e-bike battery or helmet while you pop into a shop. When you compare this to something like the Master Lock 8370D, the DocksLocks really wins on versatility. It comes in lengths up to 25 feet, which is insane if you need to lock up a whole fleet of bikes or a bike and a trailer together. However, because it is a cable, it won't stand up to heavy-duty bolt cutters the way a solid chain or U-lock will. It's also important to note that because it's designed for marine environments, it's incredibly rust-resistant. But you'll want to hit the combination dial with a little lubricant like WD-40 every now and then to keep it smooth. It doesn't come with a frame mount, so you'll need a bag to carry it. Do you prefer key locks or combinations for your gear? 7. Hapleby Premium Bike Lock Set. Moving up to number 7, we have the Hapleby Premium Bike Lock Set, which is a fantastic all-in-one starter kit for e-bike owners. This set gives you the best of both worlds: a 14mm hardened steel U-lock, which jumps to 16mm with the coating, and a 6-foot thickened steel cable. This allows you to lock the frame to a rack with the U-lock while using the cable to loop through your wheels. For an e-bike, this is huge because those motor-integrated wheels are expensive to replace. It uses a pick-resistant zinc alloy cylinder and features a sliding dust cover to keep gunk out of the keyhole, which is a lifesaver in rainy weather. If we put this up against a budget competitor like the Kryptonite Keeper 12, the Hapleby actually offers a longer cable and a slightly beefier shackle for a similar price point. It's a great value play for students or commuters. However, keep in mind that while it's tough, it isn't angle grinder proof like the high-end LightLock X1. It also includes a mounting bracket, but be warned, it's designed for standard tubes, 18 to 28 millimeters, so if your e-bike has one of those massive, chunky down tubes that hides the battery, the bracket might not fit. At 1.5 pounds, it's a manageable weight for the level of security it provides. Have you ever had a mounting bracket break on you during a bumpy ride? 6. Kryptonite Keeper 712 Bike Chain Lock. At number 6, we have a name everyone knows: the Kryptonite Keeper 712. This is a 4-foot chain lock that uses 7mm 4-sided links made from 3T manganese steel. What makes this special for e-bike owners is the integrated chain design. Unlike cheaper chains that just use a separate padlock, the Keeper 712 secures the chain directly into a hardened deadbolt. This removes the weakest link vulnerability. The 4-foot length is perfect for e-bikes because these bikes are often heavier and more awkward to position. Having that extra reach allows you to lock onto thick utility poles or multiple frames with ease. In terms of real-world comparisons, the Keeper 712 competes directly with the Abus Stilo-Chain 8807. While they offer similar protection, Kryptonite wins on peace of mind, thanks to their KeySafe program, where they'll send you replacement keys if you lose yours. The chain is wrapped in a rugged nylon sleeve to protect your bike's paint, which is essential if you have a matte finish e-bike frame. It's a 5 out of 10 on the security scale, so it's best for daytime stops in populated areas rather than overnight street storage. It weighs about 3.75 pounds, so you'll definitely feel it in your bag, but that weight is the price of security. Would you feel comfortable leaving your bike with a 5 out of 10 rated lock in your city? 5. Titanker Bike Chain Lock. Coming in at number 5 is the Titanker Bike Chain Lock. This is a versatile, budget-friendly option that comes in various thicknesses: 6mm, 8mm, or 10mm. For an electric bike, you definitely want to lean toward that 10mm option. It uses manganese steel links and a very clever snap-to-lock mechanism. This means you can just click the lock shut without needing the key in the cylinder, perfect for when you're in a rush or it's freezing outside. The 3.3-foot length is a sweet spot because it's long enough to be functional, but compact enough to wrap around your seat post while you ride. When compared to the Kryptonite Keeper 785, the Titanker offers a very similar level of physical protection, but usually at a lower price point. It's a great daily driver for those in lower-risk areas. The nylon sleeve is quite durable and does a great job of silencing the chain so it doesn't rattle while you're cruising at 20 miles per hour. One thing to watch out for is that the internal locking pins can get a bit stiff after a heavy downpour, so a little maintenance goes a long way here. It's not a sold secure gold lock, but for a quick coffee stop, it's a reliable deterrent. What's your must-have feature in a bike lock? Is it the price, the weight, or the brand name? 4. INTEKIN Heavy-Duty Bike Chain Lock. Number 4 is for the heavy hitters, the INTEKIN Heavy-Duty Bike Chain Lock. This thing is a beast. We are talking about 6-sided links forged from heat-treated, high-carbon structural steel. You can get it in 8mm or 10mm thicknesses, and for e-bikes, that 10mm version is the way to go. The hexagonal shape of the links is a genius move because it makes it much harder for bolt cutters to get a solid bite compared to round links. It also features a zinc alloy blade lock cylinder that is designed to resist drilling and picking, which are common tactics for more professional thieves. Comparing this to the Kryptonite Keeper 712, the INTEKIN actually offers thicker steel, 10mm versus 7mm, and that superior link geometry for a very competitive price. However, you do give up the anti-theft insurance programs that big brands offer. At nearly £6 for the heavy version, this isn't a lightweight lock. It's best suited for riders who have a dedicated rack or a large backpack. It doesn't have a frame mount, so you'll be carrying all that carbon steel yourself. This is the lock you want if you have to leave your bike for a few hours in a medium to high-risk area and want a massive physical deterrent. Does the weight of a lock factor into your buying decision, or is security the only thing that matters? 3. Mbeysaq 5-digit combination heavy-duty bike chain lock. Taking the number 3 spot is the Mbeysaq 5-digit combination lock. If you are the type of person who constantly loses their keys, this is your holy grail. It uses a 100,000 potential combination mechanism, which is way more secure than the standard 4-digit locks you see at big box stores. The 4-foot length is generous enough to loop through your e-bike frame and the front wheel simultaneously. A really thoughtful touch here is the integrated dust cover for the combination dials. This prevents road grit and salt from getting inside the tumblers, which is usually why combination locks fail over time. When you look at this versus the Kryptonite Keeper 712, you're trading that brand name steel for the ultimate convenience of keyless entry. The 6mm to 7mm links are solid for moderate-risk areas like school campuses or busy shopping centers. It's flexible enough to wrap around trees or thick lampposts that would make a U-lock cry. However, keep in mind it doesn't have an official sold secure rating, so if your e-bike insurance requires a specific certification, check your policy first. It's a fantastic secondary lock or a primary lock for quick errands. Would you trust a combination lock on your main ride? Or are you strictly a key-only person? Let me know in the comments. 2. Weogine Heavy-Duty Anti-Theft Bike Chain Lock. Our runner-up at number 2 is the Weogine Heavy-Duty Chain Lock. This is the Goldilocks of chain locks. Not too big, not too small. At 2.72 feet, it's designed to be highly portable while still offering 6mm manganese alloy steel links. Like the Titanker, it features a snap-to-lock design, which is just so satisfying to use. The entire chain is wrapped in a high-quality polypropylene soft cloth sleeve that is both waterproof and anti-freeze. If you live somewhere with brutal winters, this is a huge plus because it won't seize up when the temperature drops below zero. Comparing the Weogine to the Kryptonite Keeper 785, you'll find the Weogine is often more budget-friendly and even includes 3 ergonomic keys instead of the standard 2. This is great for households where multiple people might need access to the bike. The shorter length means it's very easy to coil around your seat post, but it also means you might struggle to lock your frame and wheels together to a thick pole. It's a no-nonsense choice for urban cyclists who prioritize weather resistance and portability above all else. It's a solid, dependable deterrent for those short-term stops at the grocery store or the gym. What's the worst weather you've ever had to ride your e-bike in? 1. Sportneer Bike U-Lock Set. Finally, claiming the #1 spot is the Sportneer Bike U-Lock Set. For an e-bike owner, this is the ultimate set-and-forget security package. You get a massive 17mm heavy-duty hardened steel shackle paired with a 5-foot braided steel cable. This allows for a dual-layered defense. The U-Lock secures the frame to the rack, while the cable protects your wheels and seat. The 17mm shackle is incredibly formidable against manual tools, and the 360-degree rotating dust cover ensures the keyhole stays clean and functional. It even comes with a sturdy, rattle-free mounting bracket that actually stays put. When you stack the Sportneer up against a premium Titan like the Kryptonite New York Standard, the Sportneer holds its own by including the cable as a standard accessory and offering a thicker shackle than many entry-level U-locks. While it might not have the gold rating for high-crime hotspots, it is arguably the best balance of weight, 1.64 pounds, portability, and physical toughness on the market today. It's the perfect choice for daily commuters who want professional-grade protection without the professional-grade price tag. It gives you that peace of mind feeling every time you walk away from your bike. Which of these locks do you think would be the hardest for a thief to crack? All the links are in the description below, so make sure to check them out and grab the one that fits your riding style. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more e-bike tips and gear reviews. Your support helps us keep the wheels turning. Stay safe out there and happy riding!